This is Sheila, and I will be your reporter for Module 3 entitled CSR Communication, an Emerging Field. Now, what does emerging actually mean? Emerging means it is something that has only been born and is now reaching its adult stage. That is how CSR communication is perceived as of yet. Allow me to introduce to you the two authors of the book Strategic CSR Communication. We have Dr. Mitamor Singh, who is the Mr. Chair of Sustainable Markets and the Scientific Director at MISM. What is MISM? MISM is an interdisciplinary and multi-stakeholder research environment at the Stockholm School of Economics. As for the other author, we have Ms. Suzanne C. Beckman, who is an experienced board member with a long career as professor in the Danish higher education industry. Now, both Morsing and Beckman in 2006 have forwarded the following statements, which have had implications on how corporations communicate their CSR activities. First in the list is: consumers are now actually less forgiving. They are more skeptical and empowered to either reward or punish, especially given the many corporate scandals. Now, just to give an example, I will be mentioning a few of the biggest business scandals of 2020, one of which is that which is considered to be the biggest accounting scandal in European history. Our own National Bureau of Investigation filed a complaint against executives of an insolvent German company called Wirecard and their alleged Filipino accomplices for a 2.1 billion fund fraud. The second scandal that I would like to share is that of Twitter's security slip, wherein in July 15, 2020, a series of increasingly famous Twitter accounts, including those of Elon Musk, Kim Kardashian, and Barack Obama, appeared to be tweeting information or to be promoting Bitcoin. The last corporate scandal that I would like to share is that of McDonald's. At the end of 2019, McDonald's CEO Steve Easterbrook was fired for apparently sexting with a subordinate in what the company said was a consensual relationship. Nonetheless, it is considered to be taboo. The next point forwarded by Morrison and Beckman in 2006 is that 78% of Americans today say that companies have a responsibility to support social issues. That is as per Cohen's in 2001. Companies now in the US have to shoulder that responsibility with that kind of social pressure. The third point forwarded by Morrison and Beckman is that 1 in 5 consumers will pay for a product labeled as social, ethical, or environmental. The only thing here is that the labels have to be factual. But this is good because companies are forced to be more responsible socially, ethically, or environmentally. The fourth point, in reaction to a company's negative corporate citizenship, a glaring 91% of Americans would switch to another company and 76% would boycott that company's products or services. A company's commitment to social issues is important as it matters to 66% of consumers who are deciding to buy stocks and mutual funds, and to 77% of those who are deciding where to work. The last point in the list of those forwarded by Morrison and Beckman in 2006 is that in 2002, Americans are 30% more likely to switch from one brand to another if the brand is associated with a good cause. Now that ends part one of my presentation. Moving on, with the development in the theories and practices of CSR is the recognition of now the need to communicate these CSR initiatives strategically to various public groups and stakeholders. This recognition made the authors of the book Strategic CSR Communication look at strategic CSR communication as an emerging field. But according to these authors, CSR communication is not a straightforward communication task. Beckman observed the following. One is corporate managers who are increasingly expected to communicate their CSR efforts to a variety of influential and alert stakeholders are hesitating to do so and rather opt for third-party endorsements such as the media and expert assessments. We feel the mounting pressure on these corporate managers as they are very careful with what and how they communicate their CSR initiatives. A second observation of Beckman is that a proliferation of the concept of CSR is taking place, and it is increasingly difficult to know from managers what CSR engagement they are expected to do and which CSR issues are strategically rewarding to communicate about. In a nutshell, managers are confused as to what they should do in terms of CSR and what they should talk about. At present, all companies are potential targets for the big C, which is criticism, unlike before that only companies in sin industries are in the hot spot. This is simply because issues such as child labor, workers' rights, or animal welfare have emerged. The last observation by Beckman and company is that CSR entails the development of a satisfactory relationship with a variety of concerned and potentially influential stakeholders. In terms of stakeholders, we can have at least up to 8 that I can mention. We have the founders and owners, we have the customers, the employees, investors, creditors, families, competitors, and the community in general. Thank you for having been very patient in watching my presentation. I hope there are a few nuggets of information that you will be able to take away with you. Please do not hesitate to comment or let me know of your reflections. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.